So then down here in the editor section, I'm going to click my cursor in there and I'm going to paste the content. And so now I have the content of the other class that is kind of formatted similarly and has maybe some of the contact info that I might be able to utilize. In the first section here, I'm going to change the date of the new class here. I'll list all the dates. I'm going to list the time, and I'm going to list the price. Now, one thing you should notice when you are making a list in WordPress, let's say I'm starting this from scratch, if I just put January 14th and then hit return, notice how it puts 2 spaces here. It is doing that in that it's thinking that you are putting in a whole paragraph and you want to have some space automatically between your paragraphs to allow some white space on the web page. But we're really just making a list, so what we really want is what's called a soft return. So if I type my January 14th and then I hold down Shift and return, then it'll only return 1 space, and I can add my time. And I hit Shift return again and my price. And then I can highlight all 3 of these things and go up here to the B to make those bold. So Shift return will be a single return, and a normal return will always be a double return, adding 2 spaces. So then in this section here, you can paste in your new content for your class, your new description. Over here, we can paste in a new photo. I can just hit the X here to delete the old photo. And then I want to insert a new photo. So the best thing to do is put your cursor at the top in front of the very first thing on your editing box here, because we want the photo to be aligned to the top and to the right. So I have my cursor inserted there. I'm going to hit this Add Media button. So I'm going to add the media, and I've already uploaded the photo. You can search for it here, or you can just select a photo from the library. Over here on the side, you have a place to put caption if you would like. Some other places on the website use the description, but this section uses caption. You want to select what alignment you want, and this is how the text, the photo, and the text will align around each other. And on all of the classes, we like them to be aligned right, so the photo is always on the right and the text is always on the left. Link to, this is if you wanted to have the image linked to, let's say, their website or their artist page. You can do that here if you'd like. Size, you want to choose what size you want it. If it's a rather large photo, you might want to select the medium. For the most part, most of these images we've been averaging around 250 to 300 pixels wide at the most, so medium is probably pretty perfect here. I'm going to hit Insert into Page, and there's my new image. In this new WordPress, it is really easy to change the image. If I wanted to resize it just a little bit, I can just resize it here, which is rather nice. If I was making it bigger, significantly bigger, then I would want to hit the Edit button and change from using the medium to a full size. Otherwise, what I'm doing is I'm just stretching the pixels. You can always shrink them, but you don't really want to stretch them, if that makes sense. So let me hit Update here. So you see now the picture is much, much bigger, but if I wanted it just a little bit smaller, I can have more control here. All right, so next we would move on to the supplies list. So now this is a little bit of a tricky section because we really need this to be a link to a completely different page. So I'm going to go up here to Posts, and on my computer, because it's a Mac, I can right click here and get more choices. On your PC, you may have a different way of doing it. It might be a control click or a menu click, but what we want to do is we want to open this link in a new tab. So I want to open Posts in a new tab. So now notice up here on my screen, it has opened a new tab for Posts, and I want to add a new one. So then this post is going to be supplies list for Jill Carter. And I'm going to put the number in there just for easy searching. And I'm going to spell that correctly. And then here is where you put the supplies list. And then over here, this is real important. We want to say that this is class materials over here in the categories, because we want it, otherwise we don't want it to show up on any of these other lists. We want it to be just on the class materials list. And then we're going to hit publish. And now I can hit view post if I want to see how it looks. And I can copy this address if I would like. And that might be an easy way. And then I'm going to use my tabs up here, and I'm going to bop back to the tab that we were on here. This is the one we were on. So now that I've made that new page, I type in the words here, view the supplies list. I'm going to highlight that text, and I'm going to go up here to the insert link button. And I'm going to hit that, and I can then just paste the address right here if I would like. Or I can also search the content. Notice how it shows up here because it's the last thing I made. I can just put it up just like that. And that was quick and easy. And I hit update. And there it is. So that was pretty straightforward. More about the instructor. You want to list everything here. Again, these are all links. The easiest way to do that is to type out the link and then highlight it. Copy it. By highlighting it, we're saying we want all of this text that we highlight to become the link. And then we go up to the link, and if it is a mail, like an email address, you want to add this text to the beginning here, mail to : and if it's just a full website, you would put in the HTTP, which it automatically has that there for you whenever you come to this new, and then you'd hit paste there like that. If, for instance, this was a website, somebody else's, the artist's website, you probably would want to hit open link in a new tab so that it would open their website in a new tab and leave your website untouched. And then we would hit update. All right, and then we want to make sure that we add all the class questions and the phone numbers and the emails down here. And oh my gosh, I think we got that part done. So some other things to look at up here just for your information. There's two tabs here. One is the visual mode, which we're in, and this other is the text mode. And this one, as you can see, has a lot of the HTML formatting listed. Sometimes when we're copy pasting from Word or emails, sometimes it'll add in some tags here that you don't want, maybe some styles, some colors, that kind of thing. So if you want, if it's stuff that you don't need, you can just go ahead and delete the tags. For instance, if I wanted this to not be bold, I can delete this part of the strong tag and the end part of the strong tag. Now if I go back to the visual mode, see how I've made that one now no longer bold. But if I want to change it back to bold, I can do that. All right, I think that's it for this tutorial. We are going to pause there, and in the next one we're going to look down here at the venues and event times and how to add all of that information. Thanks for listening. See you in a minute.